So at the high pressure the liquid state can exist, and at the low pressure the vapor phase can exist. So in between the pressure range there will be some region where the liquid and vapor two phase can coexist, and this is actually the region where the vapor and the liquid two phase can coexist. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Anisha, and today I will discuss about what is the importance of the liquid vapor phase diagram. So in my previous video I told you in detail what is the liquid vapor phase diagram, and today I will tell you what is the utility of this phase diagram. Now if you can remember my previous explanation, then you can understand what is the liquid vapor phase diagram. So this is actually the liquid vapor phase diagram, and this y-axis is the pressure axis when temperature is kept constant in the system, and this x-axis is the composition axis. X-axis is the composition axis. To know detail about the phase diagram, you have to follow my previous video. I will keep the link in the description box. Now, in that case, in this phase diagram, in the system the temperature is kept constant, but this is the same phase diagram, and here actually the temperature is not kept constant. Here actually the pressure is kept constant. Here temperature is variable and composition is variable. So in brief, I will like to say you what is the liquid vapor phase diagram. For detail, you have to follow my previous video. So whenever you mix to liquid and to volatile liquid, and actually when they are miscible, so they will form the homogeneous solution. When two liquid are miscible, they will form the homogeneous solution. Now in case of phenyl water, they form the homogeneous and heterogeneous solution, but in case of, because this is the partially miscible solution, but in case of fully miscible solution, when two liquid are mixed together, they are forming the homogeneous solution. Now if the solution contains the volatile liquid, then there will be two phases in the system, a homogeneous liquid solution, and as the constituents are the volatile in nature, they will have some contribution in the vapor phase also. So there will be equilibrium between the liquid and vapor phase of the system. So there are two phases actually, one is liquid phase and another is vapor phase. Now, and this is the phase diagram of this type of system, and when you are keeping the pressure constant, then you will get the phase diagram like that. And this is actually the TB star. This star means that TA star, and another thing is that which constituent has more vapor pressure, this will have less boiling temperature, okay, and or vice versa. So in this case the PA is less than PB, that is vapor pressure of constituent A is less than vapor pressure of constituent B. So what will be the relation between the boiling point of these two constituents? This will be TA greater than TB. So that's why TA is greater than TB, okay. I am drawing like this manner too, because to understand what is the distillation process. Actually my today's topic is to clarify the distillation process. Now that's why TA here and TB here. And another thing is that what is the meaning of this star? This star means that TA and TB here indicating the boiling point of the pure component, that is A is a liquid and B is another liquid. When they are mixed together, they are forming a mixture, they are forming a homogeneous solution. Now if this is A and if this is B, now what is the boiling point of A in this pure state and what is the boiling point of B in this pure state is denoted by the TA star and TB star. Here star means that the pure state, okay. Now what is the distillation process? Actually, distillation is a important application of the liquid vapor phase diagram. You can understand the distillation process by using this concept of the liquid vapor phase diagram. Now actually why we need to use the distillation process. Now from the beginning I am telling that when two liquid are miscible in nature, they are forming a homogeneous solution, and when these two liquids are the here I am taking the two liquids, two constituted. When the two liquids are the volatile in nature, then they are forming the liquid phase and the vapor phase. Now you have to separate out these two liquid from the mixing state. So by which process you can separate these two liquid from a homogeneous solution? This process is known as the distillation process. The simple process is known as the distillation process. There are many other processes available to separate out two miscible liquid, but out of them one process is the distillation process. Okay, by using this phase diagram you can state what is the distillation process, and my today's aim is to clarify this distillation process. Now focus on this phase diagram. Now this is the phase diagram where the pressure is kept constant, and this is T star and this is TB star. Now here TB star is not 0 because this y-axis is not start from 0. Okay. Now this is the at lower temperature the liquid phase will stable, at higher temperature the vapor state will stable, and there are some region where there is the liquid vapor equilibrium. Now what is the distillation process? Distillation process is separate out the two miscible liquid from a mixture. Now what is the mechanism of this distillation process? Now this is the miscible solution in the liquid state, and this is the miscible solution in the vapor state. So here you can get two component, and here also you can get two component, and here there is a two phases, liquid and vapor. Suppose there are 0.2 mole fraction of B present in the system. Okay. Now if this is a point, you are taking the solution at this temperature when the composition, when the mole fraction of B in A is 0.2. Okay. So what is the mole fraction of A? That is mole fraction of A in the liquid state will be 1 minus 0.2, that is 0.8. Okay. So there is a relation, that is XA plus XB always is equal to 1. So if you know one value, then you can also evaluate the another value. Now you are taking at this point the solution has temperature suppose T1, and at T1 temperature the mole fraction of B present is the 0.2. Okay. Now for the distillation process you have to vaporize this liquid. So by increasing temperature you can vaporize this state by increasing temperature. So in this point you can get the liquid and the vapor in the same system. Okay. There is equilibrium exists in the liquid phase and the vapor phase in this region. From this point it is beginning. So actually this is the boiling point. This will be the boiling point of this composition of this mixture, which is composition of the B in A is mole fraction of 0.2. Okay, so from this point the vapor will be formed, and you can get the liquid and the vapor in the same system. So now this is the composition of B in the liquid state, that is X2 is equal to 0.2. Okay, 0.2 mole fraction. Now what is the composition of the B in the vapor state? What is the composition of the B in the vapor state? You can state that by using the phase diagram. So you have to draw a tie line from this curve to this curve. Tie line is the isothermal line. So what is the temperature? What is the boiling point of that mixture? The boiling point depth, this is T2. So you are just joining this red line to this black line at this same temperature T2. Joining this line, you can get what is the composition of the B in the vapor state, that is what is the value of Y2. What is the value of Y2? So this corresponding point is the value of the mole fraction of B present in the vapor state. Okay, so this is the value. This is the 0.7 mole fraction. So when the liquid, in the mixture of the 0.2 mole fraction, where 0.2 mole fraction B is present and 0.8 mole fraction A is present in the liquid state, its vapor will containing 0.7 mole fraction of A, 0.7 mole fraction of B and 0.3 mole fraction of A. Okay, so at this point you have to collect the vapor state. By collecting the vapor state, what is the composition of the vapor state? You can get that from this phase diagram. So composition of the vapor state is like that. Now by collecting the vapor state, you have to condense it in the liquid state. The condensation process means you have to cool it. When you are cooling the vapor, then you can get the liquid at this point. You can get the liquid at this point, from this point, and below this point there is only the liquid phase. Okay, so you at first you have to collect the vapor and then condense it. So you can get the liquid which has composition of 0.7 B and 0.3 A. Okay, then again this is now in the liquid state. Now again vaporize this liquid. Liquid to vapor, just by giving the heat. Suppose this is a point, at this temperature you are having the solution which has the composition of like that. Now just vaporize it by giving the heat. In this point you can get the liquid again you can get the liquid and vapor in the same system. So what is the composition of B in the vapor state now? So by drawing the tie line, you can get what is the vapor state composition of B. So this is actually the line. This is actually the point which is very near equal to 1. You can say that it is 0.95. So now again collect this vapor. So this vapor, when at this point when you are collecting the vapor state, this vapor is containing 0.95 mole fraction of B and 0.05 mole fraction of A. Now actually the contribution of A reduces to high. Now again you have condense it. Again condense the vapor. So you can get the liquid phase which has the composition 0.95 of B and 0.95 mole fraction of B and 0.05 mole fraction of A. Okay, by condensation process. So again you can get a liquid at this point. Again you have to vaporize it. So at this point when you will vaporize it, then at this point you can get the liquid and vapor in the same system. So what is the contribution of B at this vapor state? This is almost near equal to 1, and by repeating this process, just collecting the vapor and condense it in the liquid state, and by giving it again and by vaporizing it, you can get the liquid. You can separate the miscible liquid from the system. Okay, actually this is the mechanism of the distillation process. By repeating this step, by increasing the step, you can get the more pure liquid. Okay, so there at the last step there may be 0.999999 mole fraction of B, and there will be some trace amount of A. Okay, so you can say that this is the pure B in the vapor state at the last state, and what is in the liquid state, this is the pure A. By this process you can separate out the two liquid mixture when they are in the miscible, when they are forming the miscible liquid. Okay, miscible solution. So actually this is the distillation process, and by using the concept of the liquid vapor phase diagram you can go through the distillation process. You can know what is actually the composition, what is actually the mole fraction of the any component present in the system by using this concept. Okay, that's all about my today's video. And this is another main thing is that this is actually applicable for the ideal solution, because this liquid vapor phase diagram is the phase diagram for the ideal solution. I said it in my previous video. But what is the case for the non-ideal solution? This case, what is the actually the liquid vapor phase diagram of the non-ideal solution, I will tell you in my next video. So that's all about my today's video. Thank you for watching. See you again.